Hello, golfers. Welcome back to JD Golf TV, your home for playing better, faster. It is golf season, baby. My grass has turned green, and the greens are starting to roll up here in the frozen tundra of the Northeast. It's time to get putting because, folks, it is true. If you can't drive, you can't play. But if you can't putt, you can't score. And just so that you know, the 3 and 4 footers you've been picking up aren't good. You got to start putting those. So what we're going to do is use some pocket change to get a whole bunch better at putting these short ones. So let's get after it. I have in my hand, I have got a quarter, a nickel, and a dime. It's kind of interesting because nobody seems to have any pocket change anymore. We just don't use it. But when you do occasionally find it on the street, pick it up. Now, this is a progression exercise. What we're going to do is see if indeed we can putt this golf ball 1 whole foot. Now, my shoe happens to be exactly 1 foot. All right, there I am. Now I'm going to cheat. And I've already put my little Odyssey hole they sent me because I don't have holes in the floor and I don't really want to put them in there. I'm going to line up this. This thing is great. This is a Wright Putting Dynamics laser. You saw it. It's on a remote. It is viewable outdoors. And in fact, if you use JD Golf as a coupon code, I'll put the link to it in there. You'll get a discount. What I can do is line everybody up. I can line up the coin. I can line up the hole, although we're not going to use it first, and have my ball on it. Then I could turn it off. Then if I really wanted to, I could see how I'm aiming, but that's coming later. So the first and foremost thing, I do not line up the lines on my golf ball. I know you've seen this before. Who hasn't? That's the triple track from Callaway. Whatever ball you use, you can figure out a way to line that sucker up. My daughter, lining up the golf ball, changed her putting. Her short putting is loads improved since lining up the ball. It has never worked for me. I think it's sort of like that way, folks. I think it works for some people, and some people it doesn't work for. Doesn't matter. Try them both. See if anyone's better than the other. Just so we know, on short putts, do you think which is important? Do you think the line is more important or the speed is more important on these, let's say, just 3 and 4 footers? Let's be on a mission. We're on a mission from God. Do you know what that's from? Please tell me you do. It's Blues Brothers. To convert a ton of, well, for some of you, 2 to 4 footers. Your score is going to drop like the stock market. All right, here we go. We'll get set up. Feel beautiful. This is not a putting stroke lesson. It's a skill lesson. I'm going to look to the coin. I'm just going to try to roll the club. Wait, I'm going to try to roll the ball over the coin. When you're doing this, yep, that hit it. Now this coin, actually any of these coins will knock the ball offline. Okay, so it is hard to get them in the hole, but I have put the hole there for a very good reason. All right, let's do it again. We got to make 5 in a row or do not pass go. Make sure you don't forget to look at the coin because that's your target. In fact, this would consist of our start line of our golf ball, which is terribly important on the short putts. You'll be surprised to find that 2 and 3 footers don't really want to break outside the hole, folks. How about that? So if you can just put it on the edge, just inside the edge, you're going to make you a lot of putts if you can hit it where you're looking. Okay, that's 4-0. Look, I'm not going to continue down that whole path and make you watch me make all these putts. That would bore the crap out of me if I was watching. So I have a coin that's quite a bit smaller, quarter, nickel. But before I get to advance to this, okay, I should have to win my way out of it. So I'll put that baby 2 feet from me. At 2 feet, you don't have to be, if you're that good at 2 feet that you can hit the coin, think about how many quarters fit across the hole. It's almost 3/4 fit across the front of the hole, right? One thing I'd like you to remember is you do not have to lay this ball out perfectly on that laser line and visualize a little tiny line going to the hole. For a lot of people, that adds a ton of stress. You get an entire hole wide, 4¼ inches wide path. Maybe it breaks a little bit. Maybe it's straight. Maybe it breaks a little the other way. But it's still, if you hit that golf ball with nice speed, anywhere in that hole wide path, you're going to make the putt, chances are. All right, so 2 feet away. Can he do it? Okay, make sure you're looking to the target, Dunigan. I hit the edge of it. I get to count it still because it did hit it. But I don't like that one very much. And as I'm putting it, I'm trying to feel where the ball's going to go. I'm feeling it in my hands the way I'm working the putter. Okay? Let's say I did my 5 there. We'll go to 3 feet. And if I make my 5 in a row out of 3 feet, guess what? I have earned the right. This is called progression. Okay? I have earned the right to really make it harder. So 1, 2, we're almost at 3 feet there. That's beautiful. Okay, no help from the laser. Now, there's a reason why we're not doing the laser yet. Just setting everybody up straight. All right, here we go. Right over that coin. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, did you see? That ball would have rolled right into that hole. So the fact is, if I start this online pretty well, and for a lot of my tournament playing students, I'm like, listen, I know it's too big to think I have to make it or I cannot miss it. Okay, I talked to I think it was Las Vegas. I was staying on the green with Vijay Singh and Sean O'Hare, and I said, well, what are you thinking about to Vijay when you're putting? I just want to know what's on people's mind. And he goes, well, frankly, I'm just trying to not miss. I'm not exactly sure how you don't miss, but it's interesting. Okay, 3 feet to the coin. I missed it. Oh, gotta go again. Now, let's say that I get into a situation where I am missing it frequently. Now what we've got, well, okay, fine. For me, if I'm missing it at all, maybe I'm not aiming well. This is where the right laser comes in play. So I get my stuff all set up, and I do have the laser lined up with the ball pretty good, and the tee. All right, and the hole. Yay. Okay, now, what I want to do, this is a little bit easier with a partner, or, well, dogs don't really do this very well. But anyway, I'm going, look at that ball set up on the lines almost exactly. I have to get those lines out of here. For some reason, lines on the golf ball drive me nuts. As you're starting to get a feel for what straight looks like, so there I am. Now, I'm going to see if I can aim. So a really important thing to think about is, well, what do you actually aim? Do you aim these white, big, giant lines on the fangs? Do you aim the 3 dots? Or do you aim the top edge of the putter perpendicular to the target line? I would recommend that you do try the dots, but I would really recommend that you try a lot going perpendicular, because my putting research is telling me that people see perpendicular lines a whole lot better than they see parallels. The parallels are so close it's hard to differentiate, and I see a ton of people who are even using the lines on the ball and still cannot aim the putter face, the lines in the putter face parallel to the lines on the ball. It's amazing, yes, I know, but once I get them to go perpendicular to the lines, they're like, oh, why didn't you tell me that before? We're going to do our very best job of lining up to the golf ball. All right, and I think that's pretty good. Now, don't move that putter, and we'll turn this thing on and see where I did. Whoa, I am way left there. All right. Oh, baby, that's great. Huge feedback. So notice I don't set up to the line. I let that line give me some feedback after I've set up. Now, it's hard, especially on, this is not grass, folks. This is turf, and it is very slippery, but I'm doing my best. Okay, let's get set here. One thing I like to do is make sure my eyeballs are straight up and down. I call this the horizon gaze. Got that one, I believe. That's either Mike Shannon or Craig Farnsworth, 2 great putting instructors. Okay, there we go. That looks right there. Okay, that's got to be good, Dunigan. All right, that is left again. I will be darned. All right, this is fantastic. I'll get a take a look at what that sucker looks like. Okay. All right, here we go. Now I have an idea. Now, if the ball's too far forward in your stance, be careful of that because that may aim you left. If your foot is too open, it may aim you left. You might want to square in your foot a little bit. If you're right eye dominant, you might want the ball right in the middle of your stance. You might. If you're left eye dominant, you might want it forward in your stance, get the ball under the master eye, things you might fool around with to help you aim. The other thing is, I've seen huge amounts of change in people by what they're aiming on the putter, by whether there is a blade style putter or a mallet side. I cannot use a true mallet. The really round back just makes me aim way, 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 way offline to the right. What are you going to do? So finding a putter that really works, like sometimes you get really lucky. And like even pros, I know stories of professional golfers going in the pro shop, grabbing a putter off the rack and going, oh my God, this is the best putter ever, and going out and win with it. Okay, 3 feet. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that was beautiful. Now you notice it hit the coin and rolled over the hole. Now, again, not to bore you, go down to the quarter, or from the quarter to the nickel, 1, 2, and 3 feet, from the nickel to the dime. If you are hitting that dime at 3 feet and you're still missing putts, you're putting the consequence. You're putting the I got to make this, or don't miss it, or I need this putt, or I want this putt, instead of, hey, just hit the ball there. If you really think about the game of golf, what is it? Take the stick, hit the ball there. That's the whole damn game. We don't need to complicate it any more than that. Turns out I can handle rolled over the start line. I can't really handle that the entire match rides on this putt. So I go right through my process. Okay, I really need to make this putt. I really want to make this putt. Stop. Now, what do I have to do to make the putt? Just roll it over my spot. When you get outside of that 4 or 5 foot range maybe, then you got to start really thinking about speed. If we're getting the speed real wrong from this close, folks, you may have a problem. All right, get after it. Make you some bunch of putts.